In my last days in Lebanon, I returned to Byblos to wander once more through the streets that had given me joy and granted me peace. The sun sank low to the horizon, and it almost broke my heart to know that nothing could be done to stop this May from ending. When the night was veiled in darkness, I walked into a shop that sits along the sea. The owner, a portly man with more hair on his face than the top of his head, promised a special price for the trinkets that he sold. Wanting to relieve myself of burdens rather than add to them, I accepted his offer of whiskey and cigarettes instead. Between drags and sips, we spoke about politics and politicians, agreeing that the world would be better without than with. A young man emerged from the back, his gaze steady, his gait confident. With dark hair and olive skin, his eyes spoke not only of this lifetime, but all of the lifetimes he has lived before. In his arms he carried a violin, one of the few possessions he had brought with him when he fled from Syria. Without saying a word, he brought the violin to his shoulder, resting his chin on its edge. Sighing deeply, he lowered the bow, pulling it and pushing it across the strings, slowly at first and then in a crescendo, telling stories without words, lamentations of what has been lost and may never be found again. It was a song that echoed across eternities. When the last of the notes disappeared into the night, he lowered his violin, but he kept his eyes closed, as did I. How desperately I wanted this moment never to end. Silent we stayed for yet another eternity. He lost in his thoughts, I in mine. The day ended, the song still echoing across the sea.